In interviews with teaching artists, educators, and leaders of art organizations, the theme of diversity emerged repeatedly as a critical element to be considered in working in a range of community venues.
I think it's absolutely critical that we have a diversity of cultures represented on our teaching artist rosters, so that the kids will have somebody that they can identify with, as a role model, and the teachers will have somebody that they can work with to help the kids understand about different cultures.
One of the main areas that people wanted to think about was diversity. Artists wanted to really think about, when I'm working with a diverse community, what are the kinds of things I need to do if I'm going in on a short visit or if it's a residency? How do I need to begin to think about that?
Schools are facing a myriad of challenges in the classroom and are looking for solutions to help them meet state teaching standards.
We're currently facing the challenge that our schools are not meeting the expected outcome of the state. When the staff and I sat together to discuss what are the things that are getting in the way, we understood, or we realized, that we have such a wide range of learners. We have second language learners, we have students with disabilities, we have children who come from many places out of the United States. They bring different cultural backgrounds, different levels of knowledge. Therefore, the artist helping and supporting the teacher develop new strategies allows for that child to have access to the curriculum at the level that they're at. So it's in essence the concept of multiple intelligence.
I think that they just definitely need to know the population that you're in front of. Every school's different and every classroom's different, so it's important to know the children that you have.
So they need to really understand what kids you are teaching. They need to understand your values. What do you value as a teacher? What you want your students to learn? And they need to understand the culture of the school, and then really work on a goal meeting those needs, so that children feel respected and feel safe, as well as the teacher feels that she is he is accomplishing the teaching in the classroom.
I think that what I want the new educators, the arts educators or new teachers, to understand is the utmost respect for my students. So that's my main goal. And since my students tend to be from subordinated groups, that to value the knowledge that they bring and to try to bring out that through the arts. So I do a lot of multicultural work with my student teachers and with the students.
I think the artists need to understand that you have a whole array of different type of kids. Definitely take an approach with ease and you know, learning about the kids a little bit more, and then kind of coming in to do some of the lessons is always good. Just kind of respecting the different type of learners that we have, and kind of having a plan for all of them.
The arts provide a unique opportunity to bring culture and diversity forward in ways that give voice to all students.
We realized, because we have such a wide range of learners, that we were really not meeting all of their learning needs. So when we started doing some research, we learned that a multisensory approach is the way to go to allow students to have a greater access to the curriculum.
The arts are central to my classroom because my students are not necessarily reflected in the curriculum. So I always have to begin to get their knowledge, gather their knowledge, and it's only through the arts that I can do that.
I've been doing a lot of mixing the art residents with the content area. So because of their disabilities, a lot of times they can't access grade level material. So we use the art form for them to really just get another way of understanding what we're teaching the content, and they really take to it. You see more of an understanding when we connect it with an art than when it's just straight, you know, book teaching.
In school, you are learning so many things, and your brain is just absorbing all of this information. But I still felt like there were things that were missing. I felt like there were languages that maybe I spoke better. In my particular case, it's the language of music that just matches with my brain and it works. And I feel like it takes all different people to provide a child with a really valuable education. No one person can have all the answers for any specific child to provide everything they need. And so I knew that I loved music. I loved trying to figure out what it is a child needed, whether it had to do with sports or music or whatever. Like, music is the vehicle that I have chosen, but I really don't care what it is that I need to use. But I knew that there were kids out there who were thriving in one area but were not given the opportunity to learn in that way. And so I simply wanted to join the team, you know, to be another person, to bring another angle, to speak another language, to hopefully reach children who speak my language too.
I think the value that we bring as a teaching artist, in my case, it's my cultural life. I am Mexican. I was born in Mexico. I got my roots from my traditions from my grandparents, my grandmother, my mother, and besides that, I feel very proud of who I am, and that's one of the messages I bring to the kids. I'm very proud of who I am, my roots, and I love it, and I love to bring it to you, so the kids have the direct influence of that culture, which is me, that's who I am. So I think that's one of the most important things that we bring to the classroom or to a school community.
But when all parties, including teachers, principals, literacy coaches, math coaches, are working together, the school just becomes a really exciting and creative place where people are thriving. And that is what I would love to see for every student in the school.